So,
it's Morphin time.
It's Morphin time, you say? There you are. It's Morphin time, all right. Saba, the weapon of the White Ranger. I remembered when I saw this when I was a kid, I was blown away. And as an adult, I'm just like, wow. Like, the build quality is still really good. But also, the white plastic is starting to turn yellow because of it oxidizing. Which, damn. I'm, like, I would love to have this restored or something like that. But at the same time, I feel like it would lose part of its luster. Because I think it's the fact that it's still, like, here.
I mean, maybe, but not really.
Yeah, but
I mean, like, that stayed there.
Yeah, that stayed the original color. I'm not sure why, but the rest of it is like oxidized yellow.
It's probably just a slightly different plastic.
Probably.
So that's the battery cover, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Which it's mangled in there because
material probably.
Well, it's mangled in there because of the
Battery
fact
leak.
that the battery leaked, and
Yeah.
it was, and like getting that replaced, that would be something that I would be very interested in.
That'd be the harder part than just turning it back white.
Yeah, well, basically all you'd have to do is take some like these screws out here, and then put on some new like connectors. You know, the positive and the negative connectors. And I know people who can do soldering and stuff like that, and see if they would be interested in doing that.
I mean, I could probably do a decent job of turning it back a white color if you wanted it that way, but
Yeah, but when I was a kid, Power Rangers were very important.
Mm-hmm. At least for a few years.
Oh yeah, when I was a kid, I wanted to, like, originally, I was like, I liked the Black Ranger, played by Walter Jones, of course. You know, Zach. I wanted to be him, and then immediately everything changed when Tommy, played by the late great Jason David Frank, rest in peace, my dude. It actually saddens me because whenever, like, Kaiju Paladin Gabriel, he's been a supporter of the channel for a long time. Me and him actually talked about doing like a mech style like story, and like dedicating time and effort to it, and potentially coming up with like a concept for like making it into a series or something like that. And then I remembered he sent me the drawings, and I actually had one of the drawings made into a 3D model, and I actually made the thing. I was like, where this is inspired by Power Rangers, I would like for all of the original Power Rangers who are still alive tonight, because at the time when we did this, the only one that had passed away at the time was Tui Trang, which she passed away in like 2001. But I was saying to myself, like, it's like, because I was going to this one convention, and at that point I had Austin St. John's and Walter Jones' signatures, but I needed Amy Jo Johnson's, David Yost's, and Jason David Frank's. And I said, okay, I can knock all three of them out at this one convention. It'll be awesome. But then I had to cancel at the last minute. Because the people who were supposed to go with me to the convention, who we were supposed to present at the convention, basically canceled on me, and I lost like $200 of like from like down payment for like the hotel room and everything, non-refundable. So I was a little mad about that. But to my shock, just under a year later, Jason David Frank passed away. And I realized at that point that my dream of having all of the Power Rangers sign it was not going to happen anymore. you never realize what you miss out on until it's gone. And you never realize just how important something was to you until it's not there anymore. And
there's actually been multiple times where I had the opportunity to technically see certain bands headline, and then I didn't do it. Just left early just to get out of traffic and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I've heard Chester Bennington singing live from a distance as I walked out. I've heard Soundgarden from a distance as I walked out.
Chris Cornell.
Yep. And there's at least one other one, I believe, at one point as well. Like, every time I, like, skip out on seeing a big band like that, someone dies. Sucks.
Yeah, I would say for me, the worst thing for me was I would say, you know, Linkin Park. You know, you talk about Linkin Park, you know, Chester Bennington. I had a chance to go see them during their Meteora days, and I didn't get a chance to, and I missed out on that. And I always said, you know what? One day I'll get to see them live. Never did. Never did while Chester was here. So, you never know, y'all. You never know where life's going to take you, and you never know if you're going to be able to, like, experience everything that you want to. And meeting Jason David Frank, I'd never met him before, and I'd always wanted to. I always wanted to meet him, shake his hand, and tell him how he was one of, like, big inspirations for me as a kid, and also he helped inspire our mech series that me and Gabriel were wanting to do, but never got the chance to. But I still could have Amy Jo Johnson and David Yost signed, maybe eventually. We'll see. But, alright. Either way, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was very important to both of us growing up. As you all can see, I have this, plus I have like a bunch of other Power Rangers stuff in there. A lot of stuff from like the first, second, and third generations.
Yeah, I don't still have any of mine, but I used to have a bunch of stuff as well.
Yeah.
Zords and the weapons and stuff.
Yeah. Crazy stuff, man.
I had the original run of like the black axe and the red sword,
yes,
and the pink the bow and the yellow daggers that all stuck together.
Yeah.
And my next door neighbor had the other one that fit with them as
well.
The optional,
Billy.
I think.
It was Billy's like gloves that he had.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Those came with it too. The blue size.
Yeah.
And then you could optionally stick them with either the green or the white Ranger's weapon at some point, like as well. I think it was the Green Rangers, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. The flute.
Yeah, and then we also had like a bunch of the Zords and stuff. I think I had the second run of the Zords, like not the first run, but the second. My next door neighbor had the first run.
Nice.
So he had like the original like saber-toothed tiger and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the second one where it had like the Liger and the Griffin and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah. I also had like the ninja ones, like with Ninjor and all of them.
Yeah, I never had that. I hung out with a kid at the beach one time too, and I took mine with me, and he had his with him too, and he had the big green turtle that actually combined with mine, so we stuck them all together. No, it was dope.
Titanus.
Yeah.
I remember all the different things that they had, and I just couldn't believe, well, back then...
It's definitely a genius toy line.
It is, and it made Chaim Saban a billionaire.
Money off kids.
It made Chaim Saban a billionaire, go figure. But also another thing too, what was I thinking? It was just on the tip of my tongue. Shit. Brain, why aren't you working? Anyway, I'll think about it probably later. But, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Angry Video Game Nerd here is here to talk to us about it. And, he also this is submitted by Kev. Once again, Kev, thank you for your awesome suggestions, with, the AVGN. We always look forward to them whenever you do that. Plus, there's other ones that you've recommended in the past that I still have on the playlist, and we need to get to those eventually. But we just love the AVGN ones so much. But anyway, are you ready, Nick? All right. Here we go with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers by the Angry Video Game Nerd. Cinemassacre.
Angry Nintendo nerd, Atari nerd, Sega nerd, PlayStation nerd, Tiger Electronic wristwatch game nerd.
Damn.
Form Angry Video Game nerd.
Nice. That's a good guitar riff right there, combined with the original
Yes.
riff.
No doubt about it.
Theme songs like this explain why I grew up to be a metalhead.
Same, dude.
What do you get when you take Godzilla, Ultraman, Kamen Rider, Voltron, Saved by the Bell, and put them all together? You get Power Rangers. It was like an extended toy commercial, with action figures being staged in epic shots. It was martial arts. It was comedy. It was giant Japanese rubber suit monsters. It was mechanical dinosaurs. It was robots coming together to make bigger robots. A turtle with a traffic light on its head. Monsters that would make wisecracks and rap. And ridden around all these Japanese action scenes was an American teenage sitcom.
Yeah,
Power
for some
Rangers
reason.
uses stock footage from a long-running Japanese show, Super Sentai, a tradition which still continues to this very day, with two separate franchises both going on at the same time. Adapting a show that's crazy to begin with, and then making an American-Japanese hodgepodge, taking the insanity of both cultures and putting them together, may seem like overkill, but no. It went over big. In fact, in its prime, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was so popular, it was like the successor to Ninja Turtles. And of course, that meant video games. Video games up the ass. It's so far.
I played multiple of these. The Sega Genesis one, 100% I played that one.
I at least played one of them at some point, but I don't remember which ones I did and didn't get to play.
I played this one too.
I don't ever remember any of them being very good.
This one I had fun with. I will admit, like, building up the power and then morphing was like one of the best parts of that one. This one here, dude, all you had to do was just spam the one attack button and it would do the special attack endlessly. And especially if you had the Black Ranger, it was literally just a spin move that you could just do over and over and over again, and you just win the game.
It's very busted.
Yeah. Of course, I would vary it up, and every time I unlocked the Green Ranger, I would go as the Green Ranger, and I would go through, and every time you, like, spammed the button, he would do, like, he would shoot a laser out of the front of his dagger, and I was like, that'll do. And I still beat the game as the Green Ranger, instead of just the Black Ranger. You know, there's people who cheese it and everything. That's how my Aunt Glenda showed me, like, what to do, and I was like, that's all right, but I'd like to actually fight, like, the enemies instead of just. So I did, and eventually I figured out how to win without cheesing it.
Or up the ass, it would be impossible for me to play every one of them. So here's just a sampling of some of the Power Rangers games, and I'm counting on at least one of them to get my blood boiling. Let's start at the beginning. I have a couple Super Sentai games on the Famicom, keeping in mind this is the show that spawned Power Rangers. The first game, released in 1991, is Super Sentai Jetman. This is based on the 15th season of Super Sentai, basically before Power Rangers came into existence. You pick your character and then have to beat 5 stages in any order you like. It's a simple, mediocre side-scroller. The controls are smooth enough, and there's nothing too dumb here, except the pause button is select instead of start, which I'm used to. Start is the special move. Every time I try to pause the game, I end up wasting the special move. 2 of the characters use a sword, 2 of them use a gun, and the other does something different. It's like they tried giving all the characters unique attacks, but got only halfway before they ran out of time. And why wouldn't you pick the character with the long-range attack anyway? When one of them dies, you lose that character, sort of like Ninja Turtles on NES, but the levels are so short and easy. You're more likely to die on the boss, and in that case, you start the stage stage over anyway. The boss battles are the most awkward, frustrating parts of the game. It's like two toasters boxing. You just mash buttons, then block, then mash more buttons, hoping to land some hits. It does look cool, I'll give it that. But what's up with the jump punch? I am not a fan of jump punching. How do you expect to hit something like that?
Right? They're never going to be in the air.
Also, because of the graphical limitations, the shadow, instead of the shadows, it makes it look like his leg turns into like an insect leg or something.
Yeah, it looks like there's a tiny chicken leg.
Yeah.
And why does one of the legs shrink? Like matching a frog's leg with an elephant's leg. Huh. Every now and then you can charge up for a special move, and that's where it's at. Yeah. The next game, released in '92, was based on Zyuranger, which was Super Sentai's 16th season.
Based on what now?
Game, released in '92, was based on Zyuranger, which...
Zhu.
I was going to say...
Gotta be very careful with the pronunciation there.
Yeah.
You end up saying something different.
It's like, we have to go to Israel and we have to stop the horrible things that happen.
God damn it.
I ain't afraid to say it. Fuck it. It's like every time they got hit, they would go down the back. Oi, Ray! Oi! Oi, right in my lumbago.
Which was Super Sentai's 16th season, and the one which became the basis for the first season of Power Rangers. And listen here, it has the Zyuranger theme song. Zyuranger, Zyuranger, Densetsu no Senshi Tachi o Zyuranger. This game is more linear. You go through the stages in a set order. Each stage,
I've
you're a
never heard
different
that
ranger.
before now.
Once again, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just run to the right and fight off enemies with a gun. Halfway through, you get a new weapon, but what kind of attack is that? You're just blindly swinging a knife around, like Michael Myers at the end of Halloween 2, the
Doesn't seem very
1981 version of
effective.
Halloween 2. What the hell? I have to say, I barely got through the first stage. With this platform jumping, spikes, and lousy short-range weapon, I almost gave up. But now, I'm at the boss, and I almost got it. All right. Yeah, sometimes it takes a while to succeed, but if you keep trying...
What the fuck? Okay, no. That's garbage.
What just happened? No.
You tell us, nerd.
You got a ping
No,
pong
that
game,
wasn't
mini game,
real.
where if you fail once, it's
So I
game
beat
over
the
and you have
first
to start over.
stage again, and sure enough, it drastically switches, as if you're suddenly playing a different game. A game called Megazord and Dragonzord Play Ping Pong. It's Megazord and Dragonzord playing ping pong. Oh my god. Imagine if when the new Godzilla vs. King Kong movie comes out, if it's just them playing ping pong. Yeah, King Kong plays ping pong.
No.
And fucking Forrest Gump shows up! Would you be disappointed? Or would it be the most historically amazing thing you've ever witnessed? As you progress through the game, you take control of the different Ranger characters, and surprisingly, it gets much easier. Probably because the other weapons are so much better. I can't think of any other game where all the difficulty is in the first stage and then it goes downhill. Is that the Blue Ranger or Mega Man? In between each stage, there's these weird mini games like ping pong, as I mentioned. Also, there's a bomb toss game, which is basically hot potato, except its hot bomb blows up in your face. Then there's a trivia game. Unfortunately,
Jesus Christ, dude. What happened to Rita? She got a facelift. It's like, hello, Rangers.
It's terrible.
I am here to show you your fate.
can't read
To be
Japanese.
fair, that might be
so-
closer to what she looked like in the original, like, you know, because I'm sure she looks different in the...
No.
Oh, wait, they used the original, actually, for the American version? Mm-hmm. Ah, okay.
Now, the voice actress, obviously, but, yeah, they used, like, original...
Guess that explains why it always looked strange when she talked, because it was a dub over.
Yeah, let's see. Rita Repulsa. There she is. Yeah, so, yeah, they use the original... Okay. So, Machiko Soga. And, yeah, sadly she passed away in 2006. Yeah, but she was 68, but still, though. Eventually, she went on to be portrayed by, like, Carla Perez, and then, of course, Julia Cortez in the 95 film. But, yeah, anyway. In the main TV series, it was the original Japanese actress.
So I'll just pretend I got it right. But anyway, the password system is perhaps one of the strangest I've ever seen. It's 3 images of a ranger, each with 3 selectable poses. So it's not really a password, it's more like a pass pose. And if you try different combinations, you have a good chance of guessing. Unlike the show, there was no American adaptation of this game for the NES. There's an unofficial cartridge that changed the title to Power Rangers, but the only difference is the label and the title screen, which glitches like crazy.
Oh.
But could you imagine if there was a Power Rangers NES game that took stages from the Japanese game and added American stages, just like they did with the show? To simulate this experience, just play something else, like Family Feud, and then switch it to Super Sentai Zyuranger. Yeah, it's pretty amazing how much mileage you can get from using stock footage. You know what? To get through this video, I might as well just use stock clips from past nerd episodes. Ass! Fuck! Die! Die!
That scream is real. My God, the pain.
Famicom games are mediocre, but not terrible. So let's step into 16-bit territory. Next up, Power Rangers on Super Nintendo. Well, hot damn, it has the theme song, and it sounds pretty good. It even has vocals.
Impressive.
For the Super Nintendo, I don't think y'all realize just how impressive that is, considering that the storage base is so small, and audio back then took up huge amounts of space. I know nowadays, like high-end lossless wave format, 44-bit or 48-bit wave format is the gold standard, and even then, it's not that big of a deal compared to like the video files.
Yeah, even in a mainstream Nintendo game, Super Metroid, you get one voice line.
Yeah.
The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace, and there's no voice acting for the entire rest of it.
Yeah. And here it's just like, my God, they actually have vocals.
Mm-hmm.
You can select anybody from the initial Ranger lineup. Each one of them has their own fighting style, their own special moves, which actually makes it fun to try out all the different characters. It's just an average beat-em-up game. All you do is run around and punch people, and it can get monotonous, but for the time period, it's good. Like Robin Hood. You start out in your regular clothes, then you power up in the Ranger suit. The only thing they slacked on was the Rangers all have the same exact body type, which is surreal to see Trini, for example, turn from thin to muscular.
Yeah.
A little weird.
Yeah, a little bit, but still.
Ranger has their unique weapon and a grand sweeping power move that wipes out everybody on screen. Yeah! But the game fights you back on it eventually with a giant laser that comes out of nowhere. It's just like a giant middle finger saying, "Fuck you!"
Pretty
I hate
much.
this thing. Oh wait, it kills enemies too? Now I like it. And you power up your health with chicken legs. Save some for Simon Belmont. It ends with a Megazord battle, which is clunky and only a slight improvement over the battles in the Famicom game, but it looks great. For the time, this was very satisfactory.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like playing an episode of the show. Nothing much to get angry about here. There's another one on Super Nintendo, Power Rangers the Movie, the game, featuring Ivan Ooze. Remember that, because...
Yeah, featuring Ivan Ooze, a.k.a. the character Saban created and wanted to try and, like, market as a big bad for the Power Rangers that was going to last a long time, but instead only lasted for one movie. So, yeah, that's why you see the trademark next to Ivan Ooze's name, because, much like how Power Rangers is trademarked, and, Power Rangers, even though it is using, like, Super Sentai footage, it can't, like, they can't call it Power Rangers in Japan because of that. And Ivan Ooze, I guarantee you, was just, like, another way for Chaim Saban to just be like, alright, so, yeah, if you want to use Ivan Ooze in the future, you're going to have to pay us. And the Japanese were like, we're good.
Yeah.
It's like, but he's the main villain in this movie, and he's more powerful than Lord Zed and Rita. It's like,
How
we're
many
good.
toys have you sold of him?
It's like, we're good.
Not nearly as many as Lord Zed
No,
and Rita.
no. Plus, as much as the portrayal of Ivan Ooze was fun, Lord Zed is just Lord Zed, man.
Yeah.
There's no like the design of Lord Zed, and plus the voice. My God.
Don't recall him ever being topped that I know of. So.
No, me neither.
Be the game featuring Ivan Ooze. Remember that, because otherwise it has nothing to do with the movie. It's another beat 'em up, but there's this weird jumping thing you do to alternate between the background and foreground playing.
I played both of these, and I will say this is definitely one that I would go. Wait a minute. Real quick, hold on. I need to check on something. Hold on. I remember talking about this. No. Okay. Oh, thank God. Okay. I was afraid we were already like 25 minutes in on a video, and we'd already
realized that you'd already done it before.
Yeah, but instead, it's like, I think I remember talking about this game with somebody and mistaking it for doing a reaction. I can't remember. But, yeah, dude.
Like you have two separate two-dimensional planes that you walk on. Couldn't they just take a hint from all the other beat-em-up games? But the big problem with this, it's way too hard. I had no problem finishing the other game, so why here can't I get through the first stage?
Dude, it's not that hard. I literally, I got through like 4 or 5 levels on this before I died. I never beat it because it was a rental.
Don't know. Maybe something you realized about it that you didn't.
Sega Genesis.
Maybe. Ah, yes.
Okay, so it's a Street Fighter style game. A shitty one that uses only 2 of the buttons.
Ooh.
Yoga Fire! The problem here, once again, is the difficulty. The game just punishes you over and over again. It forces you into using cheap moves. Yeah, I'll just keep spinning around. How do you like that? There's not much to say
That's
here.
the one you were talking about?
Yep, that's exactly the one. You just keep hitting that button. Keep spamming it. Keep spamming it.
In the day, if you had nothing better to do, this wouldn't be so bad. But now, it's just like finding an old dried turd on a playground. Just forget about it. It no longer smells, it's not hurting anybody, it doesn't need to be tended to. Just walk away. Then there's the Sega CD game.
Now, here's where I never played anything more past.
I've never played anything on
Well,
Sega CD.
if you felt like watching the show
Oh,
in shit
boy.
quality with a
Really?
bunch of button commands on screen, then this is the game for you. It's trying to be like the Dragon's Lair arcade or one of those type of games. But in
Except for there's no
Dragon's Lair,
alternate
if you fail to
footage.
press the button at the right time,
Yeah,
you
you
see a
actually-
different outcome. A different video is loaded to show the character dying or whatever. Here, no matter what you do, the episode continues to play normally. You'd think if you missed a button, the Power Rangers would get hit or something. They actually do get hit sometimes, but that happens either way. Whether or not it syncs up with what you're doing is pure coincidence. All they did was take the show and put a little button game on top of it. This
That has no effect on the footage that you're actually watching.
is the cheapest way possible to turn a show into a game. That would be like watching an episode of Green Acres with button commands. What sense does that make?
My
Want to play
God.
Power Rangers on Sega CD? Just watch the show while playing Simon Says.
Right.
At least it's not Simon's Quest. All right, let's crank up that diarrhea dial. Here's Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue on Nintendo 64.
3, 2, 1, go!
Just pee at the enemy just now.
Or
Go!
just farting light out of your cooch.
I mean, it looks to me like you're just
Okay,
peeing at the
first
enemy.
of all, I'm not trying to be vulgar, but what does that look like? You shoot laser projectiles out your vagina! Yeah, I had to double check that it was the Yellow Ranger. because it looks more like the mustard shit-stained Ranger. The
Yeah.
objective is to clean up green slime. Nice, that's appealing. I thought Superman had it bad, having to go around flying through rings all day. The Power Rangers have to clean up nasty mucus. At least there's enemies to fight, but even that is boring. All you do is run and shoot. Most of the buttons do nothing. There's no jump, no crouch, no sidestep, nothing like that. This is a game that was designed to be played on an Atari controller. You can even run through enemies. Yeah, mow them down! Oh look, they're coming out of the walls.
Yeah,
It's like the
it's like
Twilight
barely
Zone.
even a game.
And when you run behind the buildings, they vanish from reality. But not completely. They become a shadow of their former existence. Yeah, ever have that happen? Happens to my house all the time. It's a very spacious game. There's no hallways or boundaries to guide you around. If you run in any direction, it'll be minutes before something eventually blocks your path. How far do these boundaries go? I just keep running and running and running and running.
Yeah, the Who's are just like,
And for whatever reason, they didn't know how to loop the music, so instead it abruptly stops and starts up again.
Yeah, barely a video game.
It's a very jarring shift in tone, not to mention it's the same music the entire game. Oh, except the title screen, which is repeated for the cutscenes and all that. So only 2 music tracks total.
Oh.
After that, you get this awkward driving stage where you rescue people.
For N64, that is garbage. For sure.
this is terrible.
Love hearing those voices over and over again.
Over here! All right! Over here! All right!
Over here! All right! Over here! All right! Over here! All right! Over here! All right! Next, there's an
Hey,
awkward
listen.
Megazord fight.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen. And then you just grab her and you're just like,
You listen.
no, just snap her neck with your freaking thumb. It's like,
To be honest, she never annoyed me that bad. It's just a funny joke.
Me
that she annoyed
neither.
everybody else, apparently.
well, it's just a lot of people just kept hitting it just to be annoying.
Spamming the
Hey,
button on
listen.
purpose.
Hey, listen. Hey,
Yeah.
listen. And at that point, it's not her I'd want to snap the neck of.
It's
It's
whoever's playing.
it's like I would look at them, I would grab their thumb and just
Yeah.
just like keep going, and I'll break the other one.
You battle against a semi-invisible monster. It's all in first-person view, except when you manage to get close, it switches to third person. But it's hard to stay close, so it always switches back and forth.
That's
It's
jarring.
morphine
Terrible.
time. I need some morphine. Then you get these flying stages. Again, the goal is to rescue people. Not much to say. Overall,
Oh,
there's only 4 types of stages, at least from what I've seen. And the problem with this game is that it's too simple. N64 was capable of a lot more. It's bad, but in a boring way. I've seen worse. See, my standards are much lower. It's not making obnoxious screeching sounds. You don't die in one hit and have to start the whole thing over. It doesn't glitch so bad you can't play it. You don't have to drive a bus for 8 hours. It's not bright red and you have to hold it up to your eyes. It's actually like a game, just a real boring one. So, I don't know. I'm not really feeling the anger too much with this one. I wasn't going to stoop this low, but let's try out the Game Boy versions.
oh.
So here's Power Rangers on Game Boy. Well, it's basically the same thing as the Super Nintendo version, so I'm not really going to pick it apart. I mean, what's the point? Of course it's going to be worse on Game Boy. And don't get me wrong, there's lots of great exclusive games on Game Boy, like Link's Awakening, for example. The key word here is exclusive. I need to find something that isn't trying to be like the Super Nintendo version. Something different. But okay, that's weird. That's the most confusing continue screen I've ever seen. So I punched the word no away. So that mean I picked yes because no got punched away? Or does that mean that the word I punched is the word I... Yeah. I picked no. Fuck. Okay, so let's try out Power Rangers, the movie, the Game Boy game. Alright, this one is different. An exclusive game, but is it exclusively bad? Well, let me ask. If this follows the movie, the Yellow Ranger would be Aisha, not Trini, which means they got the skin color wrong. But it is Game Boy, and the only reason I even know it's the Yellow Ranger is because these games were optimized for the Super Game Boy with their own color design and border graphics. Otherwise, take a look at the Rangers.
Yeah.
Which one's your favorite? The dark green, dark green, dark green, dark green, dark green, or dark green Ranger? Mine's the dark green Ranger. The gameplay is pretty much the same as most of the side-scrolling Ranger games. You choose a Ranger, choose a stage, take out enemies, move to the right, get in the Ranger suit, fight a boss, and so on. But the shit factor skyrockets when you get an ass full of bad hit detection, unresponsive jumping, awkward jump punching, cheap boss battles, and randomly changing rules. Let me explain here. There's a stage where you get in a minecart, or stand on top of it. Classic. Imagine this Ranger doing his grocery shopping. Does he stand on the shopping cart? Let me know if you ever see anybody doing that. Anyway, when you're standing on the cart, the D-pad controls the cart's movement from left to right. But as soon as another cart shows up, it changes. Now the D-pad makes you walk off the cart, which results instantly in death. I fell 2 feet from the ground. How do you die? Could you just take...
He's broken his ankles.
Oh, they're
His
clearly...
ankles are broken.
Yes, they're surely broken.
Take a little bit of health away? Why does it have to kill you? You're supposed to jump to the second cart, which requires precision, timing, and distance. Naturally, you're going to push right while you're jumping, but pushing right will make you walk off the cart and die. Your sudden instincts make you want to control the cart to get to the correct distance. You're so used to controlling the cart, it comes unexpected when all of a sudden you walk off and die. If you're still touching the D-pad when that second cart shows up, you die. If you let the carts touch, you die. Jump too soon, you die. Jump too late, you die. You fucking die, and now you know the type of anger I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, name one game where the punch and kick alternates back and forth automatically. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie on Game Boy.
Oh my
When you
God.
hit the button, it's a punch. Hit it again, it's a kick. Then it's a punch, a kick, a punch, a kick. You try to attack, but you end up doing the wrong move. You'll never know if it's going to be a
kick.
punch or a kick unless you keep track the whole time. This problem escalates when you get to the sand. Oh God, the sand. Let me tell you about this. You have to punch and kick all the sand out of the way. And it's a race against time because there's a machine following close behind you. If it touches you, it's a one-hit death. You have to get rid of that sand as fast as humanly possible. You can't afford any wasted hits, which means you have to master the science behind this punch-kick phenomenon. The top square can only be taken out with a punch. The middle with a kick or a ducking punch. The bottom only with a duck and kick. So
That's awful.
You're not even close to the end. Mm-hmm. And he only made like X amount of mistakes.
not only do you have to know when it's going to be a punch or a kick, but you also have to know when to be standing or ducking. The only successful pattern I've found is duck, stand, stand, duck, duck, stand. I can't even do it without saying it out loud. Duck, stand, stand, duck, duck, stand. Duck, stand, stand, duck, duck, stand. Fuck, shit, shit. Fuck, fuck, shit. Fuck, shit, shit. Fuck, fuck,
When
shit.
he started cursing, he
Fuck,
started
shit,
messing
shit.
it up.
Fuck, fuck, shit. Fuck.
Yeah. That sucks.
That's trash. Put that in the bin.
Ooh, now I'm angry. Now that's what I'm talking about. You fucking game. Is that the way you like it? That's the way you're gonna get it. Power glove power.
Oh no.
Power pad power.
Oh wow.
Laser scope power. You force power. Lone rocker power.
Wow. Yeah.
He has 2 power gloves.
Yeah, because there's too much power, dude. It's too...
Of course, one of them's got to be like weirdly like on the wrong hand.
Well, actually, he had another one custom made just for the left hand.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Nice.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah. You fucking game.
That was a lot of build up to very little impact. Almost wrecking yourself.
Yeah. Also, he didn't actually destroy the game. You can actually see it switch over right there to a blank. Yeah. To a blank one.
Yeah, because the sticker disappears.
Yeah.
Yeah. You fucking game.
Nice.
That was good. That was really good. Okay, so let's just discuss it. There have been some good Power Rangers games. The Power Rangers, the movie game, James said was too hard. I didn't find it to be like too difficult. Once you figured out like how to like take advantage of like the two levels of like jumping, you know, the different levels to be on, it's actually really fun. The original one that was on SNES was good. And then, of course, the Sega Genesis one. Like I said, spam. Like, just spam that one attack button. But, honestly, I don't know. There's several that I would say are, like, good. And then there's others, like the one that James just played right there that's just, like...
Nothing particularly good enough for me to want to play nowadays, I don't think.
No. I there are way better beat-em-ups and way better games. I mean, dude, Resident Evil 9, I would say, is like where I'm playing that one now. Now, if they did a Power Rangers game that had like a combat, like, imagine a Power Rangers game that had a combat, style like Sifu, where you literally had to like run through buildings and like clear out the buildings, and you could actually like power up and all that, and you had like a limited time frame where you could use your powering your morpher and everything.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
I think they need to give it to like an actual like action game studio or something.
Yeah, I
like,
guess.
Really pull out all the stops and all the options with all that they could do with it, you know.
Yeah, true. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what they would do, but
like Platinum Games, Power Rangers.
Oh, dude, Platinum would kill. I would love that. All right.
It's just not as popular nowadays, so there's really no reason to.
Sadly, yeah, that's just how it is. I mean, the kids still like Power Rangers, but not as many as they used to. A lot of kids nowadays are like more on TikTok than they are interested in Power Rangers. Mm-hmm. It's just how it is. All right. Anyway, everybody, that's going to do it. So if you all enjoyed what you saw here from the Angry Video Game Nerd, feel free to click right up here, go to his channel, and enjoy the various things that James has done in the past. And if you want to see more from us, then click that subscribe button, right here on screen, or leave a like. We would greatly appreciate it. And click the if you want to check out the playlist in front of me or the random video in front of Nick, feel free to do that. So till next time, I'm Nate.
I am Nick.
Y'all be good people. Take care. Peace.